What is up, guys? Welcome back into number 7 of our Endwalker 6.1 playthrough and reactions. This has been so much fun, and this next one's only going to get better. Let's get it. So MSQ mission number 7 is called Bridging the Rift. You're going to find that location here at the Mega Duta in Ilsabard, here from the Veteran Radiant. And the location is going to be X4.3 and then Y9.7. So literally standing right in front of the Mega Duta. And you're going to load in here right after the end of the last mission. So go ahead and click on it. Let's get it going, man. Bridging the Rift, the Veteran Radiant wishes to share his gratitude. All right, we're going to start off with a cutscene. Thank you for putting forth Kalzal's name. Those whose lives he enriched will take comfort in seeing his legacy honored. You will forgive me for not speaking sooner, but I bear a message from Archon Y'shtola. She asks that you meet her at the High Crucible at your earliest convenience. Understood. Thank you. Y'shtola must have finished her study of the Void Gate. Shall we hear what she has to say? I will go with you. Varshan, or Vitra, or Varstra, or Vitron? That. I thought the satrap would be too busy setting up the foundation. My clerks have been all the well-oiled cogs of this administration since before Awan assumed office. They understand what needs to be done. And I'm curious to learn what conclusions your Archon has reached concerning the gate's unique construction. As you wish. Allow me to lead the way, Your Excellency. Okay. Love it. Awesome, awesome, awesome. All right, so we are going to immediately go into the High Crucible of Alchemia. Easiest way to do that, you can either run to the Mega Duta and transfer to the Aetheryte, which I recommend at this point just because you can save the gil. It's not that long. Normally, I would say just use an Aetheryte, pay the gil, and be done. But you really don't have to this time. You can just transfer to the Aetheryte and already be here. So save the gil this time. It actually works for you. All right, walking into here right now, looks like everybody's trying to meet up with Y'shtola. And it is a rave like crazy. All right, let's click on it and watch. Looks like there will be audio on this one as well, too. She learned things.
Here we all are.
You discovered something new.
I took a closer look at that device. I was able to determine how it keeps the Void Gate sealed, but not how it might instead be employed to expand the opening. For that, I would need to reference the technique developed by Vitra's alchemists, no records of which appear to have survived the intervening years.
Okay, so we need to understand the technique.
We know this, so why have you sent for us? Have you learned aught of value or not?
There's the directness that we know from Estinian.
Patience, good sir. One must introduce the subject before launching into specifics. From what we understand, travel between worlds is accomplished by passing through the nebulous rift which exists between them.
Okay.
Picture, if you will, the moment you were called to the first. You touched a focus of some kind to help the Exarch pinpoint your location. His summoning spell then channeled the energies of the Crystal Tower to begin your journey to his world.
Oh, that's true. Right. It's been so long since we've done it. Yeah, that's true.
The magics tore a hole in the wall separating source and shard, and cast you into the intervening nothingness. In that place, the laws of nature hold no sway.
Huh.
Yet even through this realm of temporal and spatial instability, you were borne safely to your destination in the first. The feat that guided you across such an unimaginable distance, both physical and metaphorical, was nothing short of a miracle.
And we've been doing it back and forth for the longest time, which means, haha, we're special.
Then what of the many voids sent found in the source? Who guides them here and how?
There's reasons.
An excellent question. Though there are several methods by which the Void's denizens might intrude upon our world, the rituals of summoning are the most typical. For example, let us consider the Gargoyle, a creature of middling power.
Not middling. Powerful as heck. Extremely, extremely powerful. Man, we haven't heard this in a long time. Wow.
To call upon such an entity, the prospective summoner must force open a void gate.
Okay.
The portal lasts but a moment and is relatively small, allowing only an imp or other lesser being to squeeze through with their physical body intact.
Okay.
Our more powerful gargoyle, however, is too large for that. Creating a gate big enough for him would require vast amounts of energy.
But not
far
impossible.
beyond the reserves of any one mortal practitioner.
But it's not impossible. I still think it could be a possibility.
Instead, 'tis far more common to bring over only the entity's soul. We had a taste of that.
Oh, damn it. I accidentally clicked. So they take the souls and transfer them between planes back into the actual realm.
And just as our bodies remained in our world, the Void Sense physical form is left behind in the 13th.
Okay. So they have to have some form of corporeal form to be able to take hold of.
Once at its destination, the summoned soul is granted a temporary shell to inhabit. In the gargoyle's case, a stone effigy has proven a suitable vessel.
Interesting. So we're learning about the use of Void Scent.
Wait. You said that Void Scent must be called here deliberately by someone in the source, reeled in like a fisherman with his catch.
Yeah.
Exactly. For a being to navigate the chaos of the rift, with or without form, there must needs be a guiding agent on the other side.
When the hordes poured forth from Alag's Great Gate, it was the technologists who drew them through. Though to my knowledge, planar fissures are in essence natural passages between our world and the void, which require no such guidance to traverse.
Okay.
Why is only the boundary between the source and the 13th so fragile? So much so that it often tears open of its own accord.
I believe
It's like the
solving
world
that
of
mystery
Digimon. It
is
just
key to
happens, man. Let it go.
understanding travel between the source and its reflections.
And how do you intend to get your answers?
Go into the void.
No, the danger is too great.
Go into the void.
Perhaps. But what some call danger, others think of as adventure.
Are you not listening to my tale? Never mind that the means to expand the gate has been lost to the ages. Even could you force the portal
We don't
wide
care.
enough, you would be greeted by an army of murderous horrors the very instant you step through.
Yep, probably.
I assure you I was most attentive. And I agree that to go alone would be certain death. But if I were to bring along one who has already braved the 13th and humbled the cloud of darkness, well, I imagine my chances would be much improved.
Count me in. Let's go. Let's fight. Let's go into the void and go beat all these demons' asses. Let's go, dude. I want to
have a feeling you
fight.
might say that.
The music's got me all riled up right now.
Once again, I put my life in your ever-reliable hands.
It's so adorable.
That said, as much as I would like to march straight back to the Void Gate, there is the small matter of being unable to open it without the Satrap's personal authority.
Yeah, that's kind of a challenge.
As I've said before, I will grant you and yours any boon you choose to name, provided it does not endanger my people.
You have my word that we will take every precaution. Not a single void scent will be allowed to threaten Radzatan, assuming we manage to expand the portal in the first place.
You have
Let's
a plan.
let's go expand it and go join in.
Actually, I had hoped you might help us with that. I presume the alchemists you retained supplied you with some explanation of their methodology.
That they did. House Daymir was overseeing the project.
There you go.
Daymir. Ah, yes. The family associated with the great work.
She just pulls it out of the back crevice of her mind like it's the library. It must be nice to be smart.
I did not fully comprehend the theory, but their research began with a void scent which had slipped through the fissure. After a thorough examination, they created an arcane simulacrum possessed of similar qualities. A man-made void scent, if you will. It was apparently indispensable in their efforts to enlarge the gate.
Do you have to require
Man-made void scent.
do you have to require people in order to expand void gates? Like their souls and stuff? I mean, we'll find out for sure, but I'm just curious.
Yes. Being great admirers of the Archons, House Daymir submitted detailed notes to Charlene's official committee. They expected praise and accolades for their simulacrum, and were thus devastated to be informed that their work had been classified as prohibited material.
Stupid Charlian forum people, man.
If that's true, then those notes might still be stored in a forbidden archive somewhere. Not Google, of course, since that library had yet to be built. Which leaves us with...
Let's go. Graha's favorite place to sneak around. I love that answer.
Yes, it may very well hold a copy.
Let's go. Let's go do it and go do it.
In which case, I say we head directly to Charleon.
Graha's gonna be nice to know that he can go traverse the prohibited sections again because he can. And we're no longer prohibited from doing things.
Unless you anticipate needing help to reach the high shelf. I see myself being of little use. Go on ahead. I still need to find Mirad and tell him about the Kalzal Foundation.
What if I need somebody with really big ears? Well, I mean, I got you stole it for that too. Never mind.
Let us be on our way as well.
Let's go to Charlian. The satrap. He's not too happy.
They are resolved to venture into the void. Do I sit idly by?
We got this. We got this. It's good, man. It's good. We're good. We're good. All right. So we are on the way to Charlian. We got to go to the Etherite Plaza. Huh? That was loud. Okay, so we are going to go to the Northern Empty. You can either run and do it yourself, or you can just go ahead and spend the gil. Spend the gil. Save yourself the trouble. All right, so once you load back in, she's gonna be right here in front of you. We are still continuing, so let's continue going. If we're to enter Numenon's restricted archives with a minimum of fuss, then we must secure the permission of the forum. First, however, we shall need to enlist the cooperation of a member to broach the matter on our behalf. Who do you think would be inclined to assist us? What's the old dude's name? There's the guy. Monteshane. Yeah, that guy. Skulark Monteshane has been our dude, man. He did come to Graha's defense during the inquiry, after all. He did. That is very true. 'Tis settled. Let us head to the phenomenon and see if he's willing to help us once more. And Ishtola is now accompanying, so we got more accompanying things. So we have to run. Oh, there's the thing, a mission to Mordona. All right, we have the Alliance Guild and stuff able to be done as well too. I forgot about that. This did not work out to my advantage. Let's go across the bridge. Okay, so I went the wrong way and I need to get back on the track. I should probably look at the map next time, because it would have told me to go up here to the stadium and not the problem ways that I went before. More you know. Gonna be there to lead to something I am singing. It is this one right here. Yeah. Is it our Montajane? It is. And it's going to end up being a cutscene, so let's go ahead and click and watch. Ah, visitors. And quite esteemed ones at that. What might I do for you? Pray forgive the intrusion, Scholar, but we're hoping you might help us secure permission to enter Numenon's restricted archives. Oh, no furtive forays into the stacks this time, huh? Nah, we'll actually get the permission this time. I applaud this newfound sense of propriety. Yet, in its all the wide world compared to Sarity, what so compels you to disturb a vault of hidden wisdom? Fascinating. I had no idea such a technique existed. I would be surprised if you had. If my assumption is correct, the research left behind by House Daemir had lain dormant in Charlene's archives for many centuries. And if you unearth this research, what then? Surely you don't intend to cross over into the void. That is, in fact, precisely what we intend. To what end, pray tell? To develop a method of transversing the rift for one, that I might keep my word to a distant friend. Sentiment aside, I have journeyed to the end of existence. I have heard, felt, and thought endlessly about the truth of our world and the echo of its future. And yet, I want to understand everything, to understand it all down to the very last secret. What scholar worthy of the name wouldn't force open a void gate or two if a grand revelation was the promised reward? Haha, marvelous! An audacious proposal worthy of Master Matoya herself. And after hearing the whys and the wherefores, I for one do not believe you would use the knowledge for ill. I see no reason not to present your request to the forum's consideration. Although your petition would be better received if you also had the support of another well-placed acquaintance. Alphino's dad. Master Fortunald, of course, he can hardly ignore an earnest request from his dear children's most treasured comrades. I was hesitant to approach him directly, but there's no denying that having Master Fortunald on our side would tip the balance in our favor. Very well. We will pay a visit to Levier Estate and plead our case. Let's go. Ah, one last thing before you go. I would consider it a personal favor if you might share with me the discoveries you make in the void. My appetite for knowledge is every bit as insatiable as yours, I'd wager, so you could seek your way to indulging an old man's curiosity. Of course, Skullock. We'll be sure to pass on any revelations. Let's go. I like it. All right, so that's been done. Now we're going to go to the next part. So because we're going to be going to the Levier Estate, you can use the Aetheryte Shard to go ahead and traverse that without spending any money. Let's go ahead and do that this time. All right, and here we are to the estate. House Levier Butler. Do, 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 do. All right. Ah, Master Jake, Mr. Ishtola, how may I be of service? You've come to speak with Master Fortunal. Is he home by any chance? Yes, the master is in residence. I shall inform him that he has guests. Thank you. Well, well. Millions would invite you inside for tea, but I assume this is not a social visit. You have some matter of import to discuss. Then pray proceed. You have my full attention. And then the conversation ensues. Well, I suppose I should praise you for following the proper protocols this time around. Skull Montachain expressed much of the same sentiment. I assure you, will not attempt to circumvent the forum's authority again unless it's absolutely necessary, of course. Of course. You do understand that the restricted archives are restricted for good reason, yes? If no pressing need exists, then why risk the consequences of employing this forbidden knowledge? To obtain more knowledge. For a brother who misses his sister. She was his guardian and his friend, a selfless hero who crossed the rift between worlds to save her homeland from horror, and suffering. But the brother has given up on thoughts of reunion. He spends his efforts elsewhere, watching over people yet healing from the flames of the final days, loyal to his duty while betraying the longing in his heart. 'Tis no vital mission, perhaps, reuniting these siblings, but it feels a worthy cause to pursue all the same. As one who feared losing his own loved ones and spent years in research to prevent it, surely you appreciate how painful such a separation would be. I see with the guilt trip, dude. Had to hit with the guilt trip. Reflections are still very much a mystery to us. Offering to share your experiences in the first should constitute a fair exchange for our cooperation. I'm down. Tell you everything you need to know. Do not celebrate just yet. The forum must still be convinced. I will add your request to the list of today's deliberations and deliver the decision to you at the Baldessian Annex. Nice. We got his request. Accompany Ishtola to the Baldessian Annex, and we cannot use the Netherite Shard because she is accompanying us, so we must run this ourselves. And for sake of this video, we're just going to move forward into the next part. Dude, the run is so real. What a long run it takes to be able to just get over here. Okay, so we got to the Baldessian Annex. We're going to walk in here, and that's going to give us the ability to continue moving forward. Let's go. Ah, pray tell. So, what did the forum decide? To put it bluntly, Master Matoya has burned some bridges here in Charlian and salted the earth for good measure. When it became clear that her student was the petitioner in question, no few members voiced their discontent. Then the chamber was reminded in no uncertain terms, I might add, of the incredible debt we owe to you and your companions. So the answer is yes? That served to silence the grumbles and stiffen a few spines, and it was agreed that allowing you entry to the archives was the least we could do in return. That is wonderful news. Thank you both for speaking on our behalf. Well, I am sure you are aware the permission was not extended lightly. Forbidden knowledge is to be treated with the utmost caution. There will be repercussions if it is not. I wish you well in your endeavor and bid you a good day. He just sounds so formal. Ever the same, that one. Uncompromising, eh? That very stoicism is exactly what Charlian needed to guide it through not one, but two exoduses. All right. And it's going to be the last portion here. We're going to talk to Ishtola. That went rather well, I think. As a child, I dreamed up any number of schemes for getting my hands on those forbidden tomes, and now I can simply walk in through the door. Our focus will be on finding House Damir's research notes, of course, but the thought of so much knowledge at my disposal has me feeling a bit giddy. I love it. To see her character so unbelievably happy is a breath in disguise. I really love it. It's wonderful. Guys, that's going to do it for this mission on Bridging the Rift for the Endwalker 6.1 MSQ playthrough and reactions. Guys, this has been a ton of fun so far, and there's more videos to be made. Guys, thank you so much again for watching. I am live on Twitch every single day at Jake Parker Live. You'll see that down there. Please like, subscribe, get notified, and of course, comment below. Let me know what you guys would love to see. Thank you for being the reason I get to do what I do. Without you guys, I couldn't do it. Hit the community Discord link in the description below, and I will be more than happy to welcome you in and build a relationship with you guys. Thank you so much again. And as always, until the next video, game on.